busy like living my life. August was looking really good until it didn't. What is up, everyone? It has been, well, it's been about a month since we did one of these. Today I'm gonna walk you through my August. Today's video is going to be shorter than usual because they were getting like out of control. So I'm gonna be talking about the same stuff, but I'm not gonna drone on, so I'll stop droning on now. So where were we in the month of August? This is the first time in the longest time I remember us being in one city for the calendar month. So we spent all of August in Prague. If you want to see our first day here, I will pop that video up, throw it in the description as always, but we spent the entire month of August in Prague. And what did we do? So this month, unlike every other month of this Europe trip, we had a lot of friends and family visit us from San Francisco, LA, Mexico City, London. We've had lots of people around and it was fantastic. We saw the sights of Prague, so to speak. So we saw like Old Town Square, a bunch of cathedrals, astronomical clock, the castle, which maybe we can talk about later, Charles Bridge, so saw a lot of cool stuff. We drank even more beer than Budapest, which in some ways is surprising because we drink a lot of beer there, but in other ways it's not surprising. Again, Prague, beer capital of the world, or at least the Czech Republic, in my opinion. No disrespect to Germany and Belgium, just like the beer is fantastic here. We went to Germany for the day, so I guess that's a good segue. No disrespect to them, and we went there. They also had great beer. We did a day trip there. I'll talk a little bit more about that later, and as always, if you want to check that video out, the link will be in this description. And we ate a bunch of good food, which is the segue to my next thing, which is that I will not be talking about food this time. That will be a standalone video. Don't know when that's gonna come out, maybe next Wednesday or the following one, but I will be doing a standalone video for all of you who love food like me, wanna see, either hear me talk about it or at least see like the best stuff I ate across the last month. I ate a ton of good food here. I do miss Budapest, but we ate a ton of good food in Prague and can't wait to share that with y'all. So unlike basically every month since I've done these, not only did I not do 8, not only did I not do 9, but I published only 4 videos, which is pretty awful. So the first part of that was I was always planning to take time away from doing the Wednesday videos because so many people were visiting. So that was one thing. And then I got sick, so I also missed a Saturday video. So 4 is pretty yikes. Like that's not great. That's not the plan going forward. I plan to resume the 2 a week just because I should have the bandwidth. The videos I did do, I did the July recap, which you may or may not have seen. I did our first day in Prague. I caught up with an old video of the Old Town Tour in Kotor, and then that Dresden or Germany day trip I mentioned, I did that one most recently. And speaking of bandwidth and getting back in the flow of doing 2 videos a week, I actually wrote more than 0 blog posts. So I did 2 blog posts this month, which is still half of the total of 4 I'm aiming for one per week, but I finally wrote something. So both of those posts, one was the like written version of the July recap, the other was the best things I ate during July in Budapest and Prague. So if you want to check those out, if you're sick of listening to me talk or watching me and you want to just kind of like read what I'm up to, I will link to my blog. It is intristang.com. It is always there. I plan to get in the flow of writing 1 article per week. And while I did better writing this month, I did much worse on the short form side. Last month, I kind of like got in the groove on TikTok and everything. This month, I only did 11 TikToks. So that is way short of my goal, which I'll talk about in a little bit. But basically I started a 30-day challenge on TikTok and ran out of steam. Again, both because like I got sick, and then by the time people were here, I was just like busy like living my life, which is like what I'd rather do sometimes. So I just got kind of busy. You see me like looking over here, I'm like looking at my laptop. I don't have like a cool rig with a teleprompter one day, but I did record quite a bit vertically, especially the places I had already been and filmed like for YouTube. So there will be a lot more short form content, whether you want to see YouTube shorts, whether you follow me on Instagram, whether you're on my TikTok, there will be like a lot of cool stuff coming out in July. In September, I'll talk a little bit more about what's next, but I am gonna be pretty busy the next week or so. And then as far as commitments, let's look at August, and then we'll talk about what I'm gonna do going forward. So for August, my goal was 4 blogs or 1 per week. As you already heard, I failed that one. So I did 2, so I did 50%. For short form or TikTok, my goal was 6 per week. I didn't even come close, so that's another I came up with like about 40%, which I'm gonna get better. And then my third kind of goal was like create a more sustainable, objective, short form plan. Still don't have a plan, gonna figure this out, but that's 3 X's. I went 0 for 3. Good job, buddy. For September, I want to go on at least six runs of at least 2+ miles. I want to catch up with 2 friends via FaceTime or a call. I've been doing a good job hanging out with people in real life, super busy seeing friends and family, but I feel like I want to make it like a goal or commitment to like catch up with some folks. And then I do want to recommit to the 6 TikToks per week. And then in terms of reading, I read 6 books, yay me. I reread A Wild Sheep Chase. I think I talked about that last time, great book. I read the follow-up Dance, 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 also by Murakami, which I think is way better than A Wild Sheep Chase and very underrated, or at minimum, it is just such a fun book. I love it. Then I read The Affair, another Jack Reacher book. Actually one of the better ones. Like it's definitely either like tier 1 or tier 2 Jack Reacher for me, which may not mean a lot, but it was a really enjoyable one. And then after that, I did more Murakami. I did the Wind Up Bird Chronicle, which I might have enjoyed it more the second time. I still am so confused, gonna have to read that one again. Just like if you're familiar with Murakami or that book, it's not super straightforward and there's a lot of depth and it's awesome, but yeah. And then I reread a physical copy of And Then There Were None. There was one here. That was so much better the second time. The first time I was like, oh, it was like okay or whatever. The second time, like anytime I got confused, I went back, and it's just a great book. Shout out to Agatha Christie, maybe the best author of all time, like the cozy mystery, would throw on a sweater and sit in this chair right here that you can't see, and I'm not gonna move my phone. Great book. Then another Reacher, so I did Night School, another Jack Reacher book that I think took place immediately before The Affair, and that's why I read it. Honestly, also pretty entertaining. Not as good as The Affair, but if you're into Reacher at all, I would read that one. And then I'm currently reading Leviathan Falls. So this is book 9. This is the last book in the Expanse series. After I finish that, I'll eventually start over. But yeah, I liked every book I read this month. Really happy with that. I am now at 36 of my 52 book goal for the year, but that is what I read. Hit me up with what you've been reading, or you can talk trash on Lee Child and Jack Reacher, no problem. And then learning, I don't think I learned a ton this month. I am continually just like working on like being present, living in the moment. If I'm at a bar, just like enjoy the bar. Don't think about where I'm going next. Don't think about what we're doing on the weekend. Like I'm just trying to be like in the moment as much as I can. I struggle with that's what I'm like working on and learning. And then I have been looking into like more high yield savings accounts. So I am gonna toss some of my bond money either to Ally or Wealthfront or Lending Club. I think Ally's at 1.85% now on the low end, and Lending Club's at 2.07%. So if you're looking to stash your cash somewhere, or if you have your money in like B of A or Chase or something, please right now pause this video, or when you're done watching this, go open a high yield account. Instead of getting 0.01 or 0.05%, get 2% right now while the yields are up. There's something called joinsave.com, and I don't make money for you guys clicking or doing any of this stuff. I just think you should do it. And basically it is a savings account. They invest it, and they like, if they make money, there's like a commission or a fee they get. If they make no money, you don't lose anything. You don't pay a fee. It's all FDIC insured. So if that sounds of interest, hit up joinsave.com. I'll try to remember to put the link in description, but that is something I'm also looking into to like round out like the debt or bond version of my portfolio. And speaking of, never mind, we're not talking about portfolio yet. Language, Czech was a total fail. I did the 3 words per day for a grand total of 3 days. That was terrible. Another reason I think I struggled with this was so many people visited, like we're speaking to each other and like friends and family instead of like trying to learn more. Yes, that's an excuse, but I think it makes sense. The one thing I will say is or at least my accent got so good that people did speak a lot of Czech to us just by us either saying good, like, you know, hello, or like thank you or whatever. Don't know a lot of words, but know how to say a few things well if you care. Now we can talk about money and finances. So I'm recording this early because tomorrow is our last day in Prague. I'm gonna be running around. Then Thursday is a travel day. The reason I shared that is all of this is as of the end of day, Monday, August 29th. So 2 market days are still gonna happen, Tuesday and Wednesday. That will affect the portfolio. So this is as of Monday. August was looking really good. I was like, dang, August is like roaring back. The market's coming back. The bottom is over. We're heading back towards highs, until it didn't. And then the last few days, literally Friday and Monday, were really bad. Friday was terrible. The Fed has committed to like raising interest rates, and like that terrifies people because it makes borrowing money cost more, makes doing business cost more. Anyways, so because of that, I lost $31,924 in August, but fear not, I still do have some cash, so I will be investing. I buy VTI every Wednesday. The less you can think about it and you make it systematic, the better. So I'm happy to lower my dollar cost average. So anytime these happen, especially if you're working, especially if you're accumulating, this is not a sad thing. This is a blessing for y'all. When I run out of cash, I'll start complaining. So that was the portfolio side. And then for how much I spent, and again, this is as of this morning for me, which is Tuesday, and this is gonna include me forecasting the last 2 days, which I'm pretty decent at guessing how much I'll spend, especially when there's like a day or two left. So total for me for the month, I spent $637.50 for this place, and actually, yeah, for the whole month, so not 28 nights or whatever, for the whole month for the place behind me. I spent about $300 on food and beverages, or food and alcohol. The reason that is so low this month is not because Prague is cheaper than Budapest or cheaper than everywhere. Yunji's mom visited us and bought a lot of food and took care of us, so thank you. We'll see you soon, but thank you, and that's why that number was so low. Transportation was $105. I think this is the like amortization of our flight here, and then our nice train we're taking to Bratislava. Stay tuned for a video there. I don't want to talk about that yet. A video of that ride will be coming, and it'll be cool. And then activities and miscellaneous, $2.50. I think I bought toothpaste or something, like we hardly did any miscellaneous. That comes into a grand total for both of us, $2,083, or for me, what is that? 1041 and a half. So 1,041.50 cents, or for both of us, 2,083. And then what is next? So we're done with Prague basically, which I am a little sad. I will miss Prague. I'll miss walking around here. I'll miss the beer. I'm kind of not ready to go, but I also am. We're heading to Bratislava next. After that, we will be in Vienna, both of those for less than a week. Then it is time for us to head home to California. So we'll be excited to see some friends in Vienna. I am excited to check out Bratislava. It'll be Yunji's first time there. Should be good beer there. Will be interesting to see what Vienna's like. Will be awesome to catch up with friends. And then I am happy to go home and get some In-N-Out in Portos. It's California, man. That's what we do. That is the video. I don't know how long this is yet because I recorded it on one burst. I think I did a better job talking less and making this a shorter video. Let me know, as always, what you think in the comments about where we were, how I failed with my language, if I'm an idiot for losing more money, how you feel about Murakami, if you've been to Bratislava or Vienna, if you still like these videos. As always, thanks for hanging out. We will be back. I will be back with a video this Saturday that's either Sarajevo or a travel day. I think it's Sarajevo. So don't go anywhere. Stick around. Thanks for being a part of the community. See you in a few days.